Hi friends, it's your buddy Matt, the global ergonomist and ergo coach. Welcome to another Strong Qi Gong class. This one we call the down sweep class. And what we mean by down sweep is that it is bilateral symmetrical. Allow me to explain. Strong Qi Gong is based on the principles of PNF. That's proprioceptive neuromuscular facilitation, a big mouthful. But what it means is that these are seminal movements, and we have basic movements, intermediate movements, and advanced movements. The down sweep class is a basic movement, that's bilateral symmetrical. Our more intermediate classes are bilateral asymmetrical, so you'll see us do movements off center. And then our more advanced classes are bilateral reciprocal, and that's where we use all kinds of movements, and that's our more advanced, more coordinated type of class. Strong Qi Gong is based on these principles of PNF. That allows us to start with very easy movements in advance in each phase. When we do our hour-long classes on site, this is how we set the classes up. So I hope you find this interesting. This down sweep class is very simple. You'll see syncing the Qi, you'll see gathering the Qi, you'll see the Shaolin bucket hold, you'll also see the digging in the garden from Tai Chi, and you'll also see cleansing the lungs from Qi Gong. We finish up with an ancient one known as the tiger. So I hope you find it fun, I hope you find it interesting, and I hope you make sure you come back regularly. Do check the like button, it helps with the algorithm. Do check the notification bell so you can always be known when a new class is loading. And then also share with family and friends, and by all means, be sure to leave some comments below. I love your feedback, and I'd like to hear what's working for you and maybe what we need to work on further. So until next time, this is your buddy Matt, thanking you for joining us for Strong Qi Gong. So let's begin as always with some deep, slow, quiet, even breaths. Long and slow, deep and silent. In through the nose, out from the belly. In through the heart and out from the mind. Focus on your exhale as we always start out with Strong Qi Gong. And the reason we do that is because we have much more control of our exhales than our inhales. We have all these intercostal muscles, which we warm up. We've got what we call accessory respiratory muscles, and we have that big old diaphragm. So on every exhale, look for the bottom of the breath cycle, squeeze a little more air out, and then notice how much deeper the inhale is through your nose. So that's the key to taking a deep breath. We're using the floating ribs, 11 and 12, as bellows to squeeze the lower lobes of the lungs. More air comes out, and when you inhale, more air draws in. So as we always say in Strong Qi Gong, the key to taking a deep breath isn't how much we draw in. The key to taking a deep breath is how much we push out. And that's true yinhale and yang-hale fashion. Always drawing in deeper by pushing out a little further. And if you're doing so, continue to do so. And if you'd like to invite your eyes to close, invite them to close so that you can find the fleeting moment, or at least seek the fleeting moment where your out-breath changes to your in-breath. Your in-breath changes back to your out-breath. We call this sharpening the mind on the stone of the breath in Strong Qi Gong. And it's a way to focus your mind, a beautiful way. It's also a great meditation if you choose it. But exhale and find that fleeting moment where the inhale begins, and then inhale and find the fleeting moment where the exhale begins. Sharpen your mind on the stone of the breath. After a few more of these breaths, invite your eyes to gently, slowly flutter open like a butterfly leaving a flower. We start our warm-ups from head to toe, the top of the kinetic chain all the way to the bottom. We begin with what we call yoga neck roll. You take a nice deep in through your nose, your head floats like a balloon. And then as you exhale, you slowly let the air out of pursed lips as if blowing through a straw, letting air out of the balloon. When you inhale again, you inhale and you sweep one ear past one shoulder. You exhale and you sweep across the other ear past the other shoulder. And you continue to rock from side to side, sweeping ear past shoulder as you inhale, sweeping across the chest as you exhale. And you're just calibrating your movements. You're calibrating your breath with your body sense, what we call interoception, also known as kinesthesia, and proprioception. From side to side, beautifully done. Now we go from the upper area and the upper dantian. We exhale down and we pause at the bottom. We inhale our chin back upright. We work into the shoulder girdles, looping the shoulder girdles forward and upward with every inhale, bringing them around back, squeezing them downward and backward with every exhale. Continue to do so in that manner. Follow the rhythm of your own breath, inhaling, scooping forward and upward, exhaling, squeezing downward and backward. We call these the Dajue shoulder rolls. We're waking up an area basically like a triangle from the base of the neck in the back to the inner corners of each shoulder blade, an area known as the Dajue point, an energy center. Whenever you feel tense in that area, you know it. And this is a great way to relieve yourself of that tension. Inhale, loop upward. Exhale, squeeze down. After a couple of more, you can relax your shoulders as you turn your eyes towards one hand and begin to scoop and toss behind you. Scooping with palm up if you'd like, tossing with palm down behind you. And if you care to, you can calibrate your breath with your movement by inhaling your palm up and exhaling it palm down behind you from side to side. As your eyes follow hand and your hand follows breath and your breath follows mind. This is self-reeling. We're just getting the body moving. We're getting the upper body involved. And silk reeling is how we get the rest of our upper respiratory involvement engaged. Then this looping of our hands works its way up our arms, and we do this backward looping right into our shoulder blades. So feel free to use your whole body and rock from side to side. Turn your trunk, breathe deeply, looping the shoulder blades up in the Dajue shoulders area. Beautifully done. Now, invite yourself to go right into the ragdoll. We're already rocking and rolling, so let's just turn our trunk from side to side. We're working our way down the upper kinetic chain through the upper dantian, through the middle dantian. We're working our way downward. Let's go from the ragdoll into the prayer drum or pellet drum. Simply use the momentum of your trunk to tap the top of your shoulder. You can slap it too if you'd like. If you need a good brisk wake up call, you can always give yourself a sharper slap or a lighter tap. And once you started up in the top of the shoulder, work your way down to the top of the chest, up safe where the collarbone is. Again, a slap or a tap, whichever you prefer. Once you've worked the top of your chest, work your way down to the bottom of the rib cage, those floating ribs we talk about so much. And go ahead and give yourself a slap or tap down at the bottom of the rib cage, continuing. And then down to the hips, giving each hip a nice slap or tap. Beautifully done. Well done. From side to side. And now let your hands float towards your hips. Begin big hula hoops, looping your hips. Beautifully done. We call this stirring the bowl. We warm up our trunk. And whichever direction you chose, simply pause and loop in the opposite direction. Well done. Always unwinding what we wound in Strong Qi Gong. Settle in the middle now and set the feet a little wider. As we go into horse stance, we drop down. You should be able to easily bob. This is the horse riding stance, as if you're riding a horse. And we do the great bear swings. We take a deep breath in, and as we exhale, we turn our trunk. We drop down, and as we inhale, we turn our trunk, rise to pause, and exhale, turn our trunk, drop down, inhale, rise to pause. And we go from side to side, following our breath upward and following it downward. Exhaling, downward, inhaling upward. The great bear swings as we warm up the lower dantian. Beautifully done. Finally, invite yourself to pause at the bottom, but remain in horse stance. Inhale your trunk upright, and before we leave it, try shifting weight in a figure 8. So rock from side to side, but as you change direction, give yourself a little swivel in your hips and feel this sweeping movement. This is important in Tai Chi and Qigong. It's how we keep our 3 dantian on top of one another as we move. So it's kind of a nice warm-up to try anytime. After you've done a few more of these, allow yourself to settle in the middle, bring your feet back to a comfortable center stance, and shift weight over one foot, raise the opposite heel, do a few Elvis loops with your knee, maybe inward at first. Either direction is fine because I'm going to ask you to change direction. Do a few outward loops. So we always unwind what we've wound. And we take weight through that foot because we balance east and west, raise the other, loop it inward. After a few inward loops, a few outward loops. Well done. Now allow your center of gravity to settle within your base of support. Gently clasp the hands in front of the heart. Do a few wrist rolls just to finish up the body from head to toe. We rolled the knees and ankles. We rolled the neck. But as well, roll the wrists. And after you've gone in one direction, go in the opposite. Always unwind what you've wound. Now, as you unclasp your hands, you're in perfect position to begin your Qigong breathing. You exhale your palms downward. You inhale your palms upward, breathing between your middle dantian and your lower dantian. Now, by the way, if you feel like allowing your knees to get involved, softening downward, floating upward, you can do that as well. I kind of like the feel of that. So if you want, while you inhale, palms up, your knees float. While you exhale, palms down, your knees melt. Invite yourself to do so. This is Qigong breathing, and this is where we use our visualization to prepare for all that follows. So if you can do all this and close your eyes so that you can focus more, invite your eyes to close. As we go through this classic visualization known as cleansing the inner body. With every inhale, as your palms rise, you visualize glowing mist forming in the core of the earth, rising through the soles of the feet, up the trillions of cells of your inner body, and collecting at your upper dantian, the cauldron of your mind. As you exhale and your palms melt downward, you imagine that glowing mist formed a glowing cloud, and that glowing cloud formed a glowing rain, and that glowing rain washes down the trillions of cells of your inner body through the soles of your feet and back into the core of the earth. So you're breathing into and out of the earth. With every inhale, the palms rise with the mist, and with every exhale, the palms fall with the rain. Beautifully done. Cleansing the inner body, a classic Qigong visualization. using the power of your visualization, your imagination, your concentration, and this meditation. When your hands rise again, invite them to pause at heart height in a hugging stance we know lovingly as stand like tree, where we take inventory of our alignment. So with long neck and light head floating upward like a balloon, our heavy shoulders and our heavy tail melt downward, and between them our spine gently stretches. This is what's known as the string of pearls in the ancient Asian literature. Our hands hover as if we're tenderly hugging a long-lost loved one. Our feet are parallel in a firm, rooted stance like a mighty oak. Our three energy centers, the ones we were just breathing through and visualizing, are resting perfectly on one another as if we carefully gathered and balanced and stacked three smooth river rocks on life's river's edge. And with soft knees and soft belly, soft breath and soft gaze, or best of all, eyes closed, we feel the echoes of our warm-ups from head to toe, from the yoga neck roll through the Dajue shoulder rolls, from the windmill of the arms and silk reeling with the pellet drum, from the great bear swings and stirring the bowl. We see it, we feel it course through us. And as we do so, and we breathe with eyes gently closed, our hands begin a slow journey downward until our thumbs find their destination crossed over our belly button. Our folded fingers warm on the cauldron of the body. And as we blow through closed eyes and pursed lips, we emphasize every exhale, and we visualize blowing on the embers of the cauldron of the body. As we do, the embers grow brighter and brighter with every extended exhale, and with every deep ensuing inhale, we draw the light upward and outward. We begin to blow on the embers of the cauldron of the heart, the middle dantian, and those embers respond as well. With every extended exhale through closed eyes and pursed lips, as if blowing through a straw, we fill the inner galaxy with light. We spill beyond the inner galaxy of those trillions of cells, and we bathe the space around us with light, warm, silken Qi energy. May your body stay strong, and may your heart stay calm. And if your eyes are closed, enjoy it as the hands begin to melt to your side, only inviting your eyes to gently, slowly flutter open as a butterfly might leave a flower. Welcome back. We're ready to begin. We step into the center of our little boat. Our hand on this side of the room or screen makes a gentle fist that floats before the heart. Our hand on this side covers it, and together we take a deep breath in. We slowly exhale and bow to one another in a gesture of mutual respect. As we inhale ourselves back upright in gratitude for the tradition, when we exhale, our hands melt down. When we inhale again, we inhale up, the hands about an inch apart. Slowly and deliberately exhale down our center line. This is known as centering our Qi, where we begin and end. We do one more, and we bring our palms together. This is out of deference to the Shaolin. As we exhale, we pause at the heart center, just as the Shaolin do. And then when we inhale, our elbows rise and wrists straighten. When we exhale, our hands melt down. Beautifully done. We're ready now. We get into stepping into our little boat. We unlock our knees. And when we inhale, our hands up about an inch apart. This time, our knees and hands move in unison. As we inhale and rise, and exhale and fall, the movement we know lovingly as sinking the Qi. Beautifully done. This is where we take inventory of our alignment. In our longer classes at the fitness center and in St. Augustine, we rise and fall, and we return to this again and again just to get those 3 smooth river rocks resting perfectly on one another. Beautifully done. Now this is our down sweep section or class. This is one of the oldest we've done in Tai Chi and Qigong, dating all the way back 7 years ago. And this is based on a principle called PNF, proprioceptive neuromuscular facilitation. You don't need to know the big college words. What it is basically the left side of the body and the right side of the body do the same thing at the same time. So this is one of the reasons we return to syncing the Qi again and again. You'll recognize this series. It's one of probably our oldest. So when our hands rise again, I'm going to invite you to follow your hands upwards with your eyes and cross wrists with gentle fists. As you exhale, drop as low as you can comfortably, and then inhale up again, and do it again. Now, this movement we know lovingly as gathering the Qi. It's also known as embracing yin and yang. And in the same manner, we inhale up, we exhale down. Beautifully done, gathering the Qi. And then, with every Strong Qi Gong class and routine, we always throw in a single leg stance, just to check our balance, just to challenge our balance, to keep us upright and moving through life smoothly. So the upright single leg stance on this one, we call the Shaolin bucket hold, and we borrow it from Shaolin Temple Europe as one of their warm-ups. Now we've simplified it a little bit, but it's very simple. We're going to shift over the eastern foot. We're going to raise 2 gentle fists at shoulder height as we raise onto that foot. Then as we exhale, we'll cross wrists down and we'll switch to the other side. And we'll go from side to side. So prepare yourself. On this next one, as you rise out of it, shift weight over one foot, bring the other foot up, 2 hold fists, then exhale, switch sides, and then inhale up. Notice the wrist cross at the bottom. Cross wrists, inhale and rise, exhale and fall. Follow your breath upward, follow it downward as you shift weight. Nice and smooth. The idea is transition. This is what my teacher taught me. It's not the end position, it's the movement between them. So make your transition smooth, crossing wrists, inhaling up. The Shaolin bucket hold with the 2 gentle fists, as if you're holding 2 buckets of grain or 2 buckets of water. Inhaling, rise to pause, exhaling and switching, crossing wrists, side to side. Beautifully done. Now, coming up, we're simply going to return to gathering the Qi. So on this next one, settle in, reach up, cross wrists, exhale down, and continue gathering the Qi. Well done. Inhale, rise. Exhale, fall. Beautifully done. Now we move to an old favorite from Qigong. There's a whole cleansing series we've mixed through all of our classes. And this one is a classic one known as cleansing the lungs. So in a moment, I'm going to ask you to raise your hands up about a foot apart above you. And then, as you glide down an invisible column, at the bottom, we'll flare the wrists outward and upward, and then flare downward and inward. And this is a cleansing the lungs maneuver. So prepare yourself the next time your hands rise. Eyes follow them upward. They wind up a foot apart. And then exhale down. At the very bottom, flare your wrists and elbows out and up in a circular motion. And as you exhale down, flare them in and up as you inhale up. And then as they drop down, exhale, then inhale in that circular motion, flaring the elbows and wrists inward and outward, like so. So if you'll notice, as we do this, our knees sink down, our knees float in concert with our breath. We exhale down, inhale up. We continue breathing in this manner. This is known as cleansing the lungs. Beautifully done. The visualization we use is borrowed from the ancient Asian literature. Metal is considered the element of the lungs. So the visualization is you're holding two silken cloths, one in each hand, and you're polishing the inside of two singing bowls. The Tibetan bowls. You're simply wiping them down, polishing them as you exhale down and inhale up. The elbows flare in and the elbows flare out. Well done. This is cleansing the lungs. Now, as your hands drop down again, coming up, going to invite you to grasp them together as if holding a ball. Drop as low as you can, scooping outward. Inhale upward, and then drop the entire length of the body to do it again. Scooping outward and upward as you inhale. Exhaling down your body. Continue this looping movement. This is known in Tai Chi as digging in the garden. It's as if you're filling a pail of water in knee-deep, crystal clear salt water on a beautiful beach, and you're raising it up and washing down your body on the top of your head, scooping water upward as you inhale, washing down the body as you exhale. Beautifully done. And the down sweep series finishes up with an old classic from the 5 Animal Frolics, one of the oldest series in Tai Chi and Qi Gong, maybe ever. There's a cool story about it I'll share sometime. But it's one we recognize so well. So when we rise again, as our hands drop, make 2 big, hungry tiger claws with your hands. Grasp into the earth. As you inhale, draw it towards your heart. When you exhale, grasp the sky and inhale it to your heart. And do it again. Exhale, grasp into the earth, let the knees sink. Inhale, the knees float. When you exhale, grasp the sky and inhale to the heart as the knees sink. And as you exhale, they sink a little lower and you inhale up. If you'll notice, as you exhale, you grasp either the sky or the earth. And you always inhale to your heart in both directions. Haven't guessed it, this animal is called the tiger. One of the 5 Animal Frolics, a powerful movement to finish up this series. So hungrily grasp the earth with big tiger claws. Inhale towards your heart. Exhale towards the sky. Grasp the sky with big tiger claws. And continue in this manner. Beautifully done. When your hands drop again, I'm going to invite you to let them gently settle down your center line and sink your Qi. Rise with the breath. and full with the breath. Floating and melting in concert with the breath, in harmony with the room around us. How beautiful. Preparing to land this flight together. When our hands drop again, let them pause at the bottom with arms extended, and then inhale them up to heart height, arms extended, and back down. This is known as opening the door. It's usually the first movement in formal Tai Chi and Qigong routines. We're using it to land this plane. So the next time your head and your hands float upward, spread the hands wide and stand like tree. With long neck and light head floating upward, our heavy shoulders and our heavy tail melt downward as our spine, our string of pearls, gently stretches between them. Our hands hover as if we're tenderly hugging a long-lost loved one. Our feet are parallel in a firm-rooted stance like a mighty oak. With soft knees and soft belly, soft breath and soft gaze, or best of all, eyes closed, we feel our three dantian resting perfectly on one another. Like those three smooth river rocks we carefully gathered and stacked and balanced on life's river's edge. And with those soft knees, soft belly, soft gaze, or best of all, eyes closed, we feel the echoes of the Qi we stirred. We see the dance we just completed in our mind's eye. We enjoy the show of sinking the Qi and gathering the Qi, the Shaolin bucket hold, and cleansing the lungs, and digging in the garden and the tiger. We see it, we feel it, using the power of our upper dantian, the power of visualization, imagination, concentration, and meditation. If eyes are closed, we enjoy it as our hands take the final journey downward. The thumbs cross over the belly button. The folded fingers rest again, warming on the cauldron of the body as we resume blowing on the cauldron of the heart and the cauldron of the body. As we do, through closed eyes and pursed lips, as if blowing through a straw, we draw the light upward with every inhale, and we begin to blow on the ember of the cauldron of the mind, the part of our inner self that put on this beautiful inward show of visualization, concentration, imagination, and meditation. And we blow on the embers of all three cauldrons, and they fill our inner galaxy with the brightest light yet. Spills beyond our inner galaxy, bathes the space around us, fills the space around us and bathes the world around us, fills the world around us and bathes life itself with light, warm, silken Qi energy. And may your body stay strong, and may your heart stay calm, and may your mind stay sharp, and may your spirit stay free. If eyes are closed, enjoy it as your hands melt to your side, only inviting them to flutter open as a butterfly might leave a flower. Welcome back. We settle back into our center stance. And the hands float upward an inch apart and slowly float downward our center line, centering the Qi one final time as promised at the beginning. So the hand on this side of the space floats before us, and the hand on this side covers it in a fist. We take a deep breath in, we slowly exhale and bow, and you give yourselves a round of applause for the light you made on this soggy, foggy day in the Blue Ridge.